Hello Taurus, this is your extended reading. And so actually the cards that are here are talking about the moment that you leave this room where you witnessed the most incredible experience you have ever witnessed with your own two eyes. It's like it's so out of your regular day-to-day life that when you return to your mundane perception, you're not able to have the same perception. It's like it is incredibly changed and changed to gold, right? To something that is very shiny and brilliant and sparkly and magical, right? But I feel like you are not alone in this path, well, back home in a sense, right? Or back to your day-to-day life. Because remember, we ended the first part with the Six of Wands, but this character that seemed like a secondary character, right? The Page of Wands, which is actually, the similar energy because they're sharing the same suit. But if in the first part this character was coming through as a secondary, just a cameo in a sense, because the big characters were Aslan and the Wizard of Oz and the Queen of Cups with the moon, and it's like they were stealing the show in a sense, and this one was just a servant. But they are the ones who are actually accompanying you, and I didn't see this coming because it's I thought that when you left to go back to this yellow brick road, you were going alone, Taurus, right? Because you came alone. So, right? But because we're starting the extended with the 10 of Wands, this is actually you and this Page of Wands, right? We have two wands in the center. I was going to say two pages. We have two wands in the center. So when you hop on, back again on this yellow brick road, which is turned into a gold brick road, it's like you are seeing things differently and you have company. So the company that you have here is one that is very similar to yours because, well, in the first part they already appeared as very talkative. It's like I saw them coming with a lot of questions, not really knowing when to stop talking in a sense. Like they just want to help, so they want to make themselves useful, and they really want to make sure that they are doing their best to show that. So it's like they're very communicative. Like they like to talk. They really like to talk. And I feel like they are doing the talking here on this way back. So because, well, perhaps that's the thing too. Perhaps this one that is now accompanying you back home, it's like they are from the realm of these grand figures that we saw in the first part, right? But now that they're accompanying you to your mundane life, right? Although to you it's just more of the same because it's familiar to you. It's like the place that you have come from. So it's like it's the same for you, right? It's like you already know it. But for them, this one is really, really excited. So I feel like this path home with this companion this unexpected companion, it's like whoever they are, right? If you were to apply this in your day-to-day life, it's like whoever you're bringing with you, whether it is a person in itself or just this questioning mind, right? It's like they are very excited to go to a place that they have never been to, even though you are the king of your own domain in a sense, right? But they don't know it yet, so everything is interesting for them. It's like they are really, really excited to go. For them, this is an adventure. It's like they're leaving the place that they used to know and they're going to a place that they know nothing about, which is your realm. So it's almost like they are excited and they're asking everything about it for you. It's like, and you are a little bit like I'm seeing you like Oh, again, this question is like this interesting, you know, dual kind of mind in a sense. If this is internally, right? If this is not a person that is directly coming with you from this trip in a sense, it's like this questioning mind, right? That at sometimes it's like, oh my God, what am I going to find there? Who's going to be there? All of these interesting questions of somebody that has never visited this place, right? And then the regular day-to-day mundane kind of personality that you hold, right? That you have come from, it's like it's, you know, sinking in again, and it's like, oh my God, no, not again, these questions, but I already know it. And it's like this, you know, perhaps this is all with you, but I'm seeing this, you know, metaphorically as two people coming together, you know, to this place that you know well, but they don't. So you are showing up as changed, right? You are coming as this Knight of Cups. So if you went on this road, on this quest, on this mission as the Knight of Pentacles, after you met the entire council in a sense, and especially when you met this one, right? Because this is the only character, right, from that realm, from that magical place that transformed into a human being. So perhaps this was the only one that you could actually have a conversation with, right? Even though, you know, the strength, the Aslan, or, you know, the Wizard of Oz, they, you know, in the movies, they could talk, right? But here, this Queen of Cups is the only one that you could talk to, or the only one that you had to talk to, right? The other ones, you just had to see them. This one, you had to talk to them. And so because you did so, you came, you know, you walked out of this meeting, unexpected meeting, forever changed. It's like, even though some of the old you, right, still remains, especially when this one is being so talkative that they just don't shut up, right? It's like the old you still is still lingering there, right? But you are forever changed. It's like you are changed in your heart. It's like the whatever experience you witnessed changed and touched your heart, because you saw something very, well, first of all, very unexpected happen, right? But also very impossible to believe if you haven't seen it. If you haven't witnessed it, it's like it is really hard to believe, right? So it's like knowing in your heart because you've seen it, because you've witnessed. And so you hold this knowing in your heart, and you are, you know, you keep on going with your heart now touched by this magic that you've witnessed. And so you're still on a mission, but now your mission is going back home in a sense. And for you to do so, there is a little bit of like a prompt, like a test, right? So we have the 10 of Wands followed by the Knight of Cups, and then the 3 of Wands. And so these two ones in the middle, right? One you, and then one the Page of Wands that is following with you on this journey, right? On this heading back home journey. It's like you accepted that in your heart something has deeply changed you. And now that you have company, I'm seeing like these two ones are here, you know. It's like you get to the end of this yellow brick road turned into gold brick road, and then you are faced with this energy that is like the it's coming through as like a, you know, the, oh, what is the name of the Lord of the Rings, when the one that holds the ring, right? The one that is it a goblin? Oh my God, if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, you're going to kill me for saying that, but I forgot the name of that character. I'm very bad with the names. I know the story, but I'm very bad with the names. So the tiny little goblin that holds the ring, right? In order for the main character, who I also forget the name, uh, in order for him to get the ring, it's like he has to answer the questions. It's almost like quizzes, right? That if he gets wrong, then the ring will go back to its, owner in a sense, which is the goblin. I'm just butchering this history, this story. Oh my god. But I hope you see my point. It's like there is a little bit of a quiz that both of you are supposed to answer when you get to the end of this path, of this yellow brick road, right? In order to step through this portal and go back home. Because, well, especially because of this card. So we have the Six of Swords here. And so if you answer correctly, then you are allowed to travel back home, right? This Six of Swords is coming through with this visual of, the boat, over the lake or over the water, and just, very smoothly traveling on this river. And so that's the thing. That's the thing. You are going to travel back home no matter what. Depending on your answer, this portal will make this travel a very smooth one or a very troubled one. That's the thing. Depending on how you answer this quiz, right? And the quiz seems to be one that is questioning what you hold inside your heart. So the knowing that you now hold within you, because your heart has been touched by the Queen of the Moon, the Queen of Cups, right? It's like your emotions are feeling different now because you have witnessed that entity or those entities or those energies, right? Expressing as different beings in front of you. So witnessing that kind of power and bringing it back with you, right? Now following a new journey where you have a companion that is going to be there. Well, it seems like this companion, right? They are also prompted. It's like they are also supposed to answer the question. And if this is nobody that is actually with you, right? It's like just the curiosity that this one keeps you, just the building of the curiosity, right? The excitement. So in order for you to not go back to this, what is the word? It's like in this comfort zone a little bit, right? In this known world of yours. To keep you motivated. That's the thing. Whoever this is or whatever energy is coming with you down this yellow brick road, right? In order for you to go back home, it's like they are there to keep the spirits elevated. It's like they are one remaining piece to remind you that you were in that land, that you were in that room, that you have really witnessed that thing. It's almost like now I'm seeing like if you went to, the middle of a forest or a river or, just this sacred place in nature that you were on your own, but you witnessed these magnificent creatures that are so elevated that they don't take shape. They are not human. They're not personified. It's like you have to take, a little token with you, right? A token that reminds you of the power of this place that you visited unexpectedly, right? That is in your heart now. It's a piece of you is in your heart, but there's something else that you need to take with you, perhaps, that reminds you to keep this curiosity and this power of the imagination flowing. And so the question here is whether you're going to keep the spirits high, right? The energy high. So this is what the quiz may be, perhaps, right? How to keep your spirits high, how to keep the energy elevated, how to keep yourself motivated. And this is what is going to change the path home, right? This change from, you know, the yellow brick road that started with the Six of Wands, turning, you know, after you cross this portal, after you give your final answer, you know, how to keep yourself motivated and elevated, turn into this Six of Swords, which is very fluid. And it's more than it comes with, well, I know that swords is, you know, air, but it's coming through with the water realm because of how this boat is flowing over the surface of the water. So the quality of the surface of the water can be smooth or can be bumpy depending on the quality of your answer, right? It's the trigger that is going to open up this portal in order for you to make this travel, you know, back home, in a sense, however you choose it to be, right? So this, it's almost like walking down this yellow brick road is part of the journey. The next part, when you cross, it's almost like crossing a bridge, but it's coming through as a portal, right? Because of the Three of Wands. When you cross the bridge and you, it's like this leg of the journey is going to speed up things. It's going to make things, well, smoother or bumpier by your choosing, I want to say, Taurus, right? Because we also have the Three of Swords. But look at this. This is so interesting. I just love when the cards do this. This is the yellow brick road. It's almost like it starts with you going back on track with this Six of Wands, right? And the end of it, right? The end of this road is represented by the Three of Wands, right? And here, when you cross, when you move from this portal into this realm, it's like there is this road here that is like this water realm, even though it's coming through as the swords. It's coming through as water realm, especially because, you know, the Three of Swords in the traditional tarot is this broken heart and broken feelings, and feeling like you have been betrayed, like your feelings, your trust has been betrayed. So it's very internal and very emotional, right? So it's coming through as more watery than airy, right? But so you now forever changed because of this experience, right? You hold within you the power of the moon, right? That the Queen of Cups, by just talking to you, right? Just having this conversation and showing their power, it's like now you hold a piece of it within you and you feel it inside your body, inside your heart. And because you do, it's like you know now what is this right answer, in a sense, if there is something as right or wrong. It's like the most appropriate answer for you to choose to go on a smoother path instead of a bumpy ride, right? And so, and actually, you know, because it's also coming through as, you know, the three, so the Two of Wands being asked by this third one, right? So the Two Wands being you and the Page of Wands from the first part. It's like they are there actually to remind you. They are there to remind you what is the most appropriate answer to keep you with your spirits elevated, right? So there is this possibility of you going back home on this very smooth sailing type of journey, right? It doesn't need to be scary or ruthless. It's the word that just came through. Ruthless? I don't even know if it's appropriate here, but anyways, just what I heard. It doesn't need to be painful, right? If we think of the Three of Swords as a painful heartbreak, or you know. So what this is also talking about, if this is the beginning and this is the end, it's the same thing here, right? So this is the beginning of this next leg of the journey that is over this river, where you're being taken there on a very smooth sailing journey if you choose it, right? And when you arrive on the other margin, in a sense, right, it's like the crossing of this other bridge into this realm that you will be closer to home, but still, I feel like the arrival is it's like you had to walk on this yellow brick road, and then you had to take a boat over this river, and then you have to walk a little bit, okay? But this moment of arrival, it's almost like now you are descending in a way back to the mundane realm, to the 3D, right? And so here, because we're ending with these two, so after the Three of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Cups. This is where I feel like you still, even though you have crossed this second portal, right, or this second bridge from this second leg of the journey that felt like this river, right, crossing this river, it's like you go through this other portal that perhaps could trigger, you know, bad memories, or just, you know, the anticipation of worry, right, or fear. But you went on this journey. You walked through the yellow brick road turned into gold, right? So you witnessed the power of the transformation of the path that you were walking through, right? When you met the person, the two or three, however you want to look at the, you know, magician slash Wizard of Oz, and Aslan slash Strength card, and the Moon and the Queen of Cups that we saw in the first part. But in a way, you hold a piece with it. The same way that you brought a piece from the castle or from the room that you were in with those entities, and this Page of Wands followed you, right? Or you brought a little token with you, right? Serving as this a memory, right, from that experience. When you cross this second portal, which could be a little bit harder because it's like you're getting closer and closer and closer to home. So it's like this anticipation of what is it going to be like? Because I'm forever changed. How am I going to approach those who are still there and haven't been through the same experience that I have, right? How do I express this? How do I explain what I'm feeling? How do I communicate, right? But because here we have the Ace of Wands, it's like while you were going through this path, right, the yellow brick road, and this one was just behind you, right, the Page of Wands was just behind you, it's almost like it was still part of the fairy tale. It was still part of the, it was still part of the imaginary world that you visited that was very magical. So perhaps they were still personified. They were still talking a lot, right? They were still showing up as somebody personified, somebody embodied, right? Like an energy with a character, right? But once you cross, it's almost like you're crossing the veil. You're crossing back the veil to go back home, right? So the layers of magic are slowly stripping down, and that could be sad, right? That could be a moment where you feel like you're losing the magic again. But that's the thing. This Ace of Wands is still the same reminder of this one. So this is where I feel like the token that you took, right? Whether it was a stone, a leaf, a crystal, a bit of water, I don't know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter really. If it was personified, it's just because your imagination was fertile enough to give it, you know, to give credit for this being to be a being, right? To be represented or seen as a being. When you cross this last boundary, when you meet your family, in a sense, it turns into a rock, or it turns into this inanimate object, right? This Ace of Wands is coming through as a tree, actually, you know, sorry, but you know that it has life in it. It has personality. It has an energy that flows through them just like a human being would. So even though it is coming through, it's like it's shifting. It is shape shifting, right? Once again, you are witnessing the shape shift because you are bringing something from a very magical realm into your home, right? This mundane kind of environment that doesn't have the same mystic aura that that place had. But because you brought it with you, it's like it is shape shifting. It's like crossing the veil back to a place that it is just an object. It's just a tree. It's just a stone. It's just a crystal or whatever. But you know within you, right? Because you are forever changed. It's like your heart knows that within it, within this object, within this tree, within this stone, there is life burning through. There is this flame that is keeping this soul alive, right? And so this is when you will be able to communicate, right? Because this Seven of Cups is coming through as family, specifically, right? It's coming through as, you know, perhaps your real family, the family that you live with, or the family that you just, you know, consider your friends, your family, just people that you hold near and dear to your heart. And because your heart has now changed, it's like the only way for you to express any of the things that you have lived through, besides showing them this token that you brought with you, it's like they are going to see just the stone, just the tree, just the whatever you brought, right? They're not going to know specifically what is moving inside, or the being that is, you know, running through the soul, but you will know. And the way that you're going to tell the story to them, because it's like they resonate heart to heart with you, right? So if you feel like you want to tell and share this story to them with a very open heart, just know that they will have the same open heart to receive the story. It's like they are going to be a great audience, right, for you to tell the magic of your story. So know that this is unlocking perhaps, you know, a lot of fears also, to, you know, share things that are so unbelievably magic, that happen with you in such a vivid kind of way that sometimes people near and dear to you, you know, wouldn't believe. And you perhaps before, when you told them, you were heartbroken, right? Because they didn't believe you. But this is this shift in a sense, because you know that now if you tell them, you are going to be credited for. It's like you are going to be believed. They are going to hear more. It's almost like I'm seeing them leaning in, right? It's like they are interested in learning more about the magic. It's like they're going to see and, you know, search this stone or this token for the magic. It's like they hold in them the potential to also see the magic the way that you did. And perhaps they have their own unique ways of finding how they can, you know, activate this within their hearts. But perhaps just by listening to you, they are able to do so. Who knows? But I feel like only when you tell them, it's when you'll see that they are eager to know more. So let's see what the astrological runes have as a final guidance for you, Taurus. Oh my God, I'm just, you know, almost 30 minutes in. So let's see. Oh, this is so gorgeous. This is so magical. It's unbelievable. Oh my god. I just love this. Okay, so guess which rune came through. Just a little hint. Yes, the moon. This is so unbelievably magical. I mean, when you witness this experience that was so mysterious, so grand, so unexplainable with words, so big, so mystical, so unknown, but yet so enticing and so emotional and so perhaps overwhelming, right? This is within you. It's like you are completely changed, Taurus. I want to say you have connected to the power of the moon. That's the reason now I'm seeing it even more clearly, right? It's like the reason why you were changed, right, is because you had to talk in a sense with the personification version, the personified version of the moon, which is the Queen of Cups, right? So this is the human version of the entity of the moon, which now you have access to because you hold it within your heart. And your intuition is forever activated because your heart has been touched by this energy of the moon. It's like the power of the moon, the pure power of the moon. It's like touching the moon, like actually touching the moon, right? But touching your heart in a sense. It's like touching your heart is touching the moon within you, right? It's like the moon is in your heart and your heart is in the moon in a sense. It's like it's within you, but also it's like in this very big entity that just runs through you, through your heart. Oh my God. Okay. This was your reading, Taurus. I'm feeling so energized. I don't know if I'll be able to, just keep on going with these double readings for 2 times per day because it's a lot. They are just so charged with energy. It's just so incredible, so powerful. But I hope this was insightful for you. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'll be, oh my God, I cannot speak right now. And I'll see you next time. Okay, thank you. Bye.